morning, Spiritual Life Center. Welcome to the SLC Sunday Experience. We have Denise Anye with us today. Marie and Lori, Soul Light Connection. Your soul is welcome here. You're in the right place at the right time.
Yes, that's right. Right here, right now.
Let's sing about it. I'm in the right place at the right time. I am just where I'm meant to be. I'm in the right place at the right time. I am just where I'm meant to be. In the right place. I'm in the right place at the right time. I am just where I'm meant to be. I'm in the right place at the right time. I am just where I'm meant to be. In my soul, oh my soul is welcome here. Oh my soul is welcome here. I am getting the message loud and clear. My soul is welcome here. My soul is welcome. Your soul is welcome here. I'm in the right place at the right time. I am just where I'm meant to be. I'm in the right place at the right time. And I am just where I'm meant to be. Oh, my soul is welcome here. Oh, my soul is welcome here. And I am getting the message loud and clear. My soul is welcome here. Oh, my soul is welcome here. Oh, my soul is welcome here. And I am getting the message loud and clear. My soul is welcome here. I am getting the message loud and clear. My soul is welcome here. My soul is welcome here. My soul is welcome here. My soul, my soul, my soul is welcome here. My soul is welcome here. My soul is welcome here. My soul is welcome. My soul is welcome. I am getting the message loud and clear. My soul is welcome.
Hello, Reverend Deborah. Good morning. Good to see you this morning, as our souls indeed are welcome here.
Good morning, Reverend James. It's great to be here with you, and we greet you in the name of all that is good, all that is holy, and all that is sacred, and in the warm and loving energy of this community, Spiritual Life Center. Spiritual Life Center honors all people worshiping in temples, mosques, churches, stone circles, and, of course, the beautiful temples of nature, because we know there is no space that God does not grace. And if you're with us for the very first time today, whether you're watching us online or here in person, we especially want to welcome you, because we know that you are not here by accident. We know that every single one of us is here by
Divine appointment.
And of course, we're always so grateful and excited to get together on Sunday, and we're really excited when you silence your electronic devices. So please do that, and please refrain from flash photography during the service.
Well, we created that clearing to connect with the presence. Let's rest in this presence for a few moments, recognizing that we're always living and moving and having our being in it. It can never leave us. We may leave it in our own minds, but it's always there for us. It contains all the qualities that we could ever hope for, want, or desire, because we come from this same source. First and foremost, we know it's divine and perfect love that binds everything together. And then all of the other qualities are also part of our awareness, our consciousness, when we make the Most High the object of our awareness. May it be peace that passes all understanding, the vitality, the vigor, the wholeness, and all that is good and perfect. We are one with it. And we are here to be the vessels and the channels to anchor it in our life and in our world. And as we do that and remind each other of the truth of our being, then others are also reminded of who and what they are. And they lift themselves up to who they can be when they are seen at their highest and their best. So we remember that each of us are blessed in a blessing of the Spirit of God, unique expressions of the divine, here to expand the all good, also known as heaven. For this and so much more, we are grateful and thankful, and say so in the name and the nature of the Spirit of God within. Amen. Well, we have a very important purpose here at Spiritual Life Center that's reflected in our mission statement. And I invite you to join in as we affirm it together. To transform lives, to make a positive difference in the world, as we love, serve, and remember. And we carry out that mission as we embody these 5 universal principles in our life. Again, let's speak them aloud together. God is absolute good and everywhere present. People are inherently good. Thoughts create our experiences. Prayer and meditation are how we connect with God, and we must take action.
And of course, we have action on Wednesday nights, and we're pretty low-key right now. The community meal is at 6, June 11th. It's at 6 o'clock. And then after that, we are going to be having the Oneness Prayer Circle, which is doing really, we had over 10 people last week. It was really amazing. And that starts at 7 p.m. And it's just, coming together in prayer, especially with the world the way it is right now, I think it's a very useful and important thing for us to do. And it helps us also create more connection with each other as well as with Spirit. So we encourage you to come and pray with us on Wednesday night.
Yes, we know that whenever 2 or more are gathered together for a divine idea, it cannot help but show up and manifest in our life and in our world. Also a reminder for those who are part of the Lavender Lights group that's reinvigorating or reimagining themselves. The Lavender Lights and the Allies are coming together to, I think, discuss Pride Month meeting. And so they're going to meet today at 12:30 to 1:30 p.m. in the annex. So we invite you to be part of that experience today.
And there is a table out in the courtyard, by the way. So, oh yes, the Mystic Cafe. We've got one coming. And so how many people are familiar with Todd Morgan? Okay, some of you are. Okay, so Friday, July 11th, from 6:30 to 8:30, there will be the Mystic the Mystic Cafe, and the ticket price, by the way, will include enhanced appetizers and the dessert bar, and I believe there will be wine for purchase, but don't tell anybody. So the social time is from 5 to 6:30, and then the food from 5:30 to 6:30, and then the program starts. Now, Todd Morgan, I understand, I guess he's just a wizard. From the way Paula wrote this, he's a wizardry on the piano, amazing guitar playing, mastery on the drums, fabulous vocals, and talent at writing and arranging music. So there's apparently nothing that he can't do. And this evening is going to highlight Todd's diversity in country music, and his first love is early rock and roll. And he will be joined by Denise Anye back here.
Yeah.
And she's going to share her recently discovered love for country music, becoming an enthusiastic fan of the artistry of Willie Nelson. And, she's going to bring a soulful swing to the country genre, and she just creates music from her heart, and she embraces the audience. So you can get your tickets at the hub, or you can buy them online and get them today because it's going to sell out.
Yes, it will. It's going to be magnificent. That's what else we got going on here today. Music Cafe.
Oh, that's right. And
sponsors.
Sponsors.
Yes.
Yeah, if you would like to help sponsor the Mystic Cafe, because this is a fundraiser, so you can go to the hub and do your sponsoring there. Again, you can also do that online.
Very good. Well, we have our event coming up with oh my gosh, what am I thinking here? You ever have that moment?
I covered it up.
Yes, she covered it up. But just to see how well my mind is working this morning. But we're having the Quantum Living event taking place, and it's going to be initially with the introduction, and then they'll have for after the first week of introduction, at our normal time when we have our Wow Wednesday, for 6 weeks after that, between 7 and 9, they'll actually go through the program, the Quantum Living. You know, it's really a foundational piece for understanding, first of all, ourselves, but also have a common language with everyone here at Spiritual Life Center. So we invite you to be part of that if you're interested. Just to learn more about it, to come. And if you've already taken it, it's good to just kind of take it again, because we never stop evolving no matter where we are. It's almost like reading a book. Sometimes I read a book a year after I first read it, and they put new stuff in there that I knew wasn't there before, because something in me is different about that. So we invite you to be part of that, even if you've taken Quantum Living before.
And also the Wednesday night that does the introduction is if you've been through before, it would give you an opportunity to redo your cue cards. So join us for that one in particular. So, and the raffle, the 50-50 raffle is here, and this time the tickets are $100, but you also win you are buying the chance to win $5,000. And we were talking about, well, someone might not have $100, but 2 of you might be able to, or 3 of you. That's still quite a lot to split. And I was just thinking that if you win it now and you hold on to it until October, you could take a spectacular vacation.
Okay, all righty then.
I'll be sitting down now.
Hey, sometimes you just have to try out your material, see how it works. see how it works.
Okay, we won't do that one again.
I liked it.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, they think alike, so that'll be good.
That's pretty scary. There's 2 of us.
Yeah.
Okay, I think you should move on.
Okay, let us move on. Well, we're having our Rainbow Bingo on Friday, June the 27th, and it's going to go from 6:30 to 8:30. I think normally it would be an hour bingo, but apparently the last time people said they were sticking around, so they decided to extend it to 2 hours. So come in. It's going to be spectacular here at Spiritual Life Center. And I know when they have those bingo games going on, they have to close the doors, shut the ears of all the people around us, because it gets crazy in here because the competition is intense to win those bingo games. So come here on Friday, June the 27th, and it'll be a wonderful experience. Monthly, we have an update from our Board of Trustees, and today, Claudia Norton-Talbert is going to give us our Board of Trustee update. So welcome, Claudia.
Thank you. Welcome, SLC. We are very sad that we're losing James as our minister, but we're very excited to be welcoming Rick Bellows and his family, who will be arriving in mid-August. And our goal is to have him start August 17th, but it may shift to the 24th, so we'll keep you posted. And we're continuing to raise funds for Rick's move, so if you would like to, and we appreciate everybody that has donated, and from the bottom of our hearts, the generosity is greatly appreciated. And if you'd like to continue to contribute, please put your checks in the offering basket and notate that it's for the minister move. Or you can visit the hub that's on the other side of the courtyard and give by credit card or check. And and then please also mark your calendars for a few important dates that are coming up. June 22nd, we'll hold a new minister information session after the services. So if you are new to SLC and want to learn more about our community, this is for you. And you can RSVP on our website. And then August 15th at 5:30, join us for a going away party for James, and let's send him off with love and gratitude. Yes. And we're taking donations for that as well. And lastly, we want to recognize Josie Johnson and Carol Mercer as they're transitioning off the board. Their leadership has been a tremendous gift to the congregation. And we are sad that you're leaving, but we know you'll be around to serve in other ways. So thank you so much. Hang on.
Done on the board. Well, I have also been part of the board with them. I've learned a great deal from you, and I appreciate your presence. You just bring a very wonderful presence to our community and our board. And we'd like to give you our special blessing. We'd like everyone to join in as we join in and give you that special loving blessing today. So, Josie and Carol, we love you. We bless you. We appreciate you. And we behold God's love as you. God bless. Thank you. Come on. Are you going down? You good?
Thank you for staying.
So now that we've got kind of clear on when Reverend Rick will be coming, people were asking me, well, James, when is your last day going to be? And I said it was kind of in flux until we got some clarity as to when Rick will be showing up. And so my last Sunday is going to be July the 6th. So I just wanted to... Is that a Sunday? Okay, I'm looking at my calendar and it says that Saturday, the Sunday is the... Anyway, whatever Sunday...
It's Sunday, July 6th.
It's the 6th. Yeah, that's what I thought. It's July the 6th. All right. See, I thought I was losing it there for a second. July the 6th. And, when I, made the announcement a while back, it seemed like it was so far away. And then all of a sudden it just gets really closer and you start, at least, I don't know, I start feeling a certain way about, this next stage of my life. So I am going through a little bit of something, and it'll probably intensify as we approach that date. So I just want to thank you all, and just for anybody who wants to know now what the last day is, and even though it'll be my last physical day here, that you will always be in my minds and my hearts forever. So I want to thank you all for everything.
And with Reverend James saying that, I remember when we did, I believe it was Easter Communion, and where the part where we put our stoles on each other, and I just looked at him and I said, this is our last one, and he said, this will go on forever. And now I get to talk more. So, every week we remind you that there are many things at SLC that help foster transformation. So we encourage you to check into our small groups and other offerings. You can go out to the courtyard, look at the bulletin board, go talk with the lovely ladies at the hub, and of course, go to our website because everything is there.
And of course, we come together for different events to enjoy the event, but also to connect with one another here at Spiritual Life Center. But we don't have to wait for a special event to have that kind of connection. We can connect with someone right here and right now. So in a manner that feels comfortable to you, I invite you to turn to a friend or a neighbor and say, you are marvelous and glad you are here.
as we settle into our seats and prepare for meditation, let's speak aloud together our vision statement. Spiritual Life Center is a loving, vibrant family that welcomes home all people and accepts everyone, no exceptions, weaving ancient spiritual traditions with emerging wisdom. We cultivate spiritual deepening with the divine, each other, and our planet. I'm going to sing this beautiful chant. I am spirit, you are spirit, all is spirit.
All is sacred, all is holy, all is love. As we settle into this time of quiet, just breathe naturally and simply be aware of how you relax with each breath. Breathe into the back of your heart, melt into your seat, and with another breath, allow your vision to become soft and cloudy, and maybe close your eyes. Shift your focus to the gentle background music. Imagine it as a musical stream flowing into the middle of your chest, directly into your physical heart. And this energy slowly rotates to become a spiral, winding its way around your heart, expanding so that your entire chest is filled with the spiral of healing musical energy. As the spiral goes around, a small spiral arm separates and it rotates down your torso to fill your left leg and foot. And now another spiral arm appears, makes its way down, filling your right leg and foot. As the main spiral continues to spin in your torso, another little arm splits off into your left shoulder, arm, and hand. And still another spins off into your right shoulder, arm, and hand. And now the main spiral sends off one more up through your neck and into your head. You are a galaxy, your heart the center. It is the movement of spirit within you that rotates the central spiral and sends the arms of musical light to the far reaches of your body. Each cell is infused with God light energy. Every cell is activated. Every cell wakes up and joins in this dance of love, light, healing. For a dance is what this is. The essence of God energy moves and circulates in and around you, each cell activating the next. They dance with each other in the light of God, and they know every step of the dance. Your essence is dancing with the one source, the light of light, the one holy energy. There is nothing in you but light and love. You laugh in the pure joy of dancing with spirit, never missing a step, of being in complete harmony with your source. And you feel so alive as you dance with the divine in the silence. God in you and you in God, you feel so alive. And as you take a breath and begin to return to your physical body, please receive this blessing. Oh, my beloved, God lives and moves within you. Love, light, and healing, the movement of spirit within you is perpetual. It is what makes you feel so vital and so alive. And though you must return to worldly concerns, know that you are never alone, and you shall always be lifted to new heights by love and light. For you are always dancing with God. Remember this, always.
started on this journey, our convictions all in place. But one by one they tumble, each one a gift from grace.
We can change our point of view, and gaze upon the beauty that is me, that is you. We see what we want to see and what we wish to be. It's just the way we dreamed it, the key to what we would believe is just to know that everything's a miracle when seen through the eyes of love.
Now we seem divided, stand here feeling very small. That's when there comes the courage to knock a hole right through this wall.
We take time to find what's true. And now no other looks upon my soul the way you do.
We see what we want to see and what we wish to be. It's just the way we dreamed it, the key to what we would believe. It's just to know that everything's a miracle when seen
Through the eyes of love.
Simple man becomes a king, a child flies on silver wings, a woman now becomes a queen, and none of us is what we see.
We see
Simple man becomes a king, a child flies on
and what
silver
we wish
wings.
to be.
Anything is possible, it's just the way we dreamed it.
The
Woman
key
gun
to what
becomes a
we
queen,
want to
and none of us is what we
wish
sing.
to be.
Everything's a miracle
When
when
seen,
seen.
oh,
Everything's a miracle when seen.
through the eyes of love.
Through the eyes of love.
Everything's a miracle.
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 Through the eyes of love.
Thank you, Denise and Larry. Even though I heard it earlier this morning, it's just as moving the second time around as it was the first time. So thank you all so much, as you always do, the great work. Oh, boy, I was a little bit, all right, I'll get it together. It was one of those days. That's okay. Had a glitch in my own mind there. And it was one of those days, it was stormy, and, I was at the airport, canceled flights, bunch of gate changes taking place all over the place. And there was a woman who stood, in the crowded terminals in Chicago. And her arms were crossed, and apparently she was very agitated. Her flight had been delayed again. And she was giving the gate agent a very hard time, as if the gate agent could somehow leave the gate and start flying the plane. She complained so all the world could hear. And she was on her phone trying to get a new flight and so forth and get a new route, and her body just screamed tension. And her mind was kind of like a storm of frustration. And then there were some passengers who were right around her, and they started mirroring and copying her energy, started complaining and blaming as well. But then there was him. He was a seasoned gentleman. And he sat on the floor, and he was leaning against the post and had some headphones on, tapping his feet, to the music of a rhythm that no one else could hear. He seemed to be of calm demeanor and at peace, and he had a totally different energy. It was the same delay, the same crowd, the same gate. Everything was the same for him as everyone else. And the irritated passenger couldn't take it anymore and asked, well, aren't you upset? Aren't you frustrated about what's going on? And don't you have somewhere to be as well? And he, took the earbud out of his ears and said, yeah, I do. But right now, I'm exactly where I am. So I figured I might as well enjoy it. And then he said something that I think caught everybody's attention. He said, I can't control the plane. I can't control what's going on. But I can control my playlist on my phone. And that's what I'm giving my attention to right now. And he kind of reminded us our awareness and what we direct our attention to determines the course of our experience on a moment-by-moment basis. And sometimes the circumstances that we have, they do not have the final word. It doesn't have the final word in how we think, because we can always think independent of circumstances. Because we have what I call a spiritual remote control. We can choose the direction of our attention. And we can choose the thoughts that we want to have. We can choose the words that we want to speak. It says in the Hebrew Bible in Joshua, the 24th chapter and the 15th verse, in part, choose ye this day whom you shall serve. And I've interpreted it to realize that we can direct our attention anywhere. And if we're not choosing for ourselves, a lot of times someone else is choosing for us. A lot of people, no one here, I imagine, sometimes they don't even know what's happening, because they've been conditioned, maybe socially, to believe in things and ways not in alignment with our true identity as expressions of the divine, our true identity as God sees us. And this conditioning has come through maybe our education, or maybe more accurately, our miseducation, faulty theologies. And I think all of us are subjected to that to some degree or another. Sometimes it comes through what people have said about us. It comes through what we have said about ourselves and what we believe about ourselves. And this conditioning has sometimes a hypnotic impact on us and into our state of believing. And we may believe that the external world or our hereditary patterns are determining our destiny, that our past is somehow a determination of our future. That which is happening can determine the course of our happiness, forgetting that the real cause stems from our consciousness, which is a sum total of our thoughts and our feelings. I remember a story I was reading about the Dalai Lama years ago. And the Dalai Lama was before a group of Western reporters, and he was asked by one of the reporters, I noticed that you have this appearance, this way of being in which you have nothing but joy, even though all of your people are going through, challenges in Tibet and all the horrendous atrocities that they're experiencing at the hands of the government. And how is it that you can maintain that joy? And more importantly, why we can't do it? When we have so much more and are unable to have the joy that you have. And I remember in the story they said he responded, wrong mantra. I don't know if he said it like that, but I think he was saying something about, you're speaking the wrong words. You're not speaking affirmative words. And he went on to suggest that to the reporter that what you focus on and what you allow to pass through your awareness on a regular basis is the negativity that you are experiencing in the world. So you say to yourself, life is hard. There's not enough to go around. There's not enough love. There's not enough this. This is impossible. It's incurable. It can't be done. He's saying a wrong mantra. But he's reminding us that we can change our mantra. We can change our words where we direct our attention by using our spiritual remote control. You know what I'm talking about, I just realized, I don't know, thinking about it, years ago, most of us probably remember, there was no remote controls. If you wanted to change the channel, you had to get up out your couch, walk over to the TV, turn the channel, trying to look into whatever the Reader's Digest or whatever they have, all of the different programs, and figure out what you wanted. And then if you change your mind, you had to get up again and go to another channel. But now we have these remote controls, and we can use to change the channel of our TV at any time. So we can sit on our couch and point the remote control at the television and change it at any time. But so many people are going through life without knowing that they have their own spiritual remote control. They're going through life without their own clicker. They're sitting on it, and they're stuck on a particular channel in their mind, and they're not using their remote control to change the channel of their own mind. So you can imagine being in your house and you are only on one channel. That would be doom and gloom. I tell you, watching the same thing over and over again. No remote control, no clicking capability. You can't make the change. Well, this is where many human beings are. They're living there. And they're living a life without their clicker, without their remote control, and so they're in TV purgatory. They can't even channel surf at least to see if there's something else. But we want to use our spiritual remote control to flip on the channel to see what the universe has for us all the time. But in order to do that, we have to know the guidelines. We got to know the instructions on how to use this spiritual remote control properly. And the first guideline, and many of us have heard this before, you don't want to believe every thought that you think. Start with that. You don't want to believe every thought that you think. Every opinion that flows maybe through your mind. Everything that bubbles up in our awareness. All of that which is bubbling up is just a particular channel that's on our mind at that time. But we don't know what that thought is or where it may have come from. So every now and then, we have to stop and look and say, where's that thought coming from? Whose mind was that in before it came to mind? I don't know what kind of mind they had, and all of a sudden they got a thought that jumps over in my mind. Where did that thought come from? Is it true? Is that thought coming from the channel of infinite possibilities that are there for us? Or is it coming from the channel where we're talking about all we see is the mental debris, the mental garbage that's around us? We have the capacity to change the channel of our mind anytime we want. But in the beginning, we have to be, first of all, aware. We have to deeply listen and see and be aware that every thought that emerges from our mind, we don't have to believe it. I remember years ago talking about, not believing every thought that we think. I had my own airport story. And years ago, it was a Uniworld ministry. We used to take flights. I had to fly probably every couple of 3 weeks. I was in the airport a lot. And I think I was late for a flight, and I needed to make some changes, and I had to get up to the desk. And when I went to the airport, it was a long line. It was one of those Disneyland lines. I would have to be waiting forever to try to get up to the desk. So I saw a little opening on the side, and I kind of walked over and kind of got in a very short line, and I didn't realize it, but there was a security person looking at me doing this. And, I just saw him out the corner of my eye, but I was pretending I didn't see him. And, I got in line, and, and then the next thing I know, I saw him as like, he was talking in his walkie-talkie, looking at me, and I'm pretending I'm not looking at him. And then the next thing I know, there was another security person that came up to him, and they started talking with each other, and I'm still trying not to look at either of them. And they started walking toward me. I saw them out the corner of my eye, and they came up to me, and one of the guy said, "Are you Reverend Trapp?" And I said, "Yeah." Yeah. And he said to the other person, "Oh, this is the guy I've been talking about. I went and heard him speak yesterday, and he changed my life. I've got some really good stuff to do for the rest of my life right now. And I just wanted to tell you how much it meant to me to hear you speak that yesterday." And I'm thinking to myself, man, don't believe every thought that I think. I don't know what I was thinking at that time. Right now, people have a tendency to be stuck on what I call the doom and gloom scenarios and cases. And they're convening, councils of despair. They're convening councils of fear, doubt, and worry. They're convening councils that believe in separation from each other. And they're broadcasting that life is terrible, and then it's over. There's not enough good to go around. There's lack and limitation and scarcity. Oh, my God, they're scared of this, they're scared of that. There's so much going on, and there is a lot going on. But remember, it does not determine how we respond. We can choose how we respond. So we've got the power. We've got the power to change the channel and to act accordingly. So we want to tell ourselves from time to time, I've got the power. In fact, just say after me, I got the power. I got the power. You do have that power. You've got that spiritual remote control, so you can use it for your benefit. So the Spirit of God is saying to you and to me, be a channel. Don't be stuck on one. That's what the Spirit of God, I think, is telling us. And I thought about that as I was listening about, the concert that's coming up, the Mystic Cafe, and I remember this story about there was a global music festival taking place. They had all kinds of genres of music and people from all over the world. And in this particular space, there were two musicians. One was a country music singer and writer, and he was right next to a metal punk rock musician, and they started getting into a conversation. And the conversation eventually got heated because the country music guy was telling to the metal punk rock guy that the music that he had was noise. And so they got into an altercation, and they ended up spilling over to an altercation to everybody that was there. I mean, it got really bad. Buildings were burned. This is just a story. And buildings were burned. People were hurt. And then at the end, when everything settled down, the authorities came to these two guys. And they said, anybody who starts a riot like you all did in our country, they are sentenced to death. It's just a story. And so, but they said, we're compassionate people. We will grant you one last wish. And so the authority figure asked the guy, the country western guy, well, what is your last wish? What is it that you want before we have to execute you? And he thought about it for a moment, and this was around the time that, the song Achy Breaky Heart was very popular. And he said, if you could just arrange to play Achy Breaky Heart 25 times before I go, I can go in peace. And he said, okay, we're compassionate. We'll make a way to work for you. And then they turned to the other guy, the metal punk rock guy, and asked him, after he had heard this other guy say what he wanted, he said, well, what is your last wish, sir? And he said, kill me first. Kill me first. He was unwilling to change the channel. and see new possibilities. He was stuck on that one channel. Understand, we're here to be channels of joy and peace. We're here to be channels of wisdom and harmony, and not be stuck on one channel of doom and gloom and fear and doubt and worry. Those are thoughts that came maybe from somebody else's mind, that may have been implanted in our own mind that we've accepted as true, and they're just there for a given moment. You know, the average person is just sometimes walking out and they're hypnotized by somebody else's remote control. Somebody out there is trying to determine what channel they should be on. They're saying things like, listen, news at 11, get an update on the latest tragedy of today. Or we'll hear a commercial that says, oh, you won't be happy unless you have this, unless you buy this, unless you smell like this, you will not be happy. They're trying to determine what it is you should think, leading people's minds through channels that they have not chosen, and they're clicking them through a whole bunch of channels, but not us. Because we want to know that we have that spiritual remote control, and we want to use it. That remote control is our awareness, and we can determine how we use that awareness at any time. Now, it should be easy. You know, after all, we're always living and moving and having our beingness in the presence of God, which is the all good. We say, yeah, that's right. We're in the presence of some infinite ideas. We're in the presence of abundance and unlimited opportunity and beauty and creativity and love. We're living in that field all of the time, right here and right now. But sometimes we have to remind ourselves of that. And I think to move out of the belief that does not serve us, and to see life from an entirely different point of view, from what I call the God's eye view, we have to resign from those counsels of despair and sometimes misery and lack, and turn off the cynic channel, turn off the judgmental channel. Those thoughts are not us. We have thoughts, but they are not us. They don't have us, at least they don't have to. Even our body is not us. Our emotions are not us. Our past experience is not who we really are. All those things are passing through our awareness. So we have to ask, who are we? Well, no doubt, you and I are made in the image and likeness of God. We are those unique, unrepeatable expressions of pure spirit, here to reveal and to reflect the cosmos, the all good that the Spirit of God is. That's our life message. And we're here to reinforce who we are and to keep that uppermost in our awareness, our consciousness. So sometimes you just need a practical tip to help us stay there. So, we can go home and maybe if you want to, go on our computer and create our own personal business card, or just write it out on a piece of paper. We want that card to say and remind us to look at it from time to time, said, I am here to reflect and reveal the cosmic order. I'm here for the presence and the power and the love of God. And so we can create that business card. Now, don't hand it out to anybody, because they may look at you a little crazy, but just don't hand it out. It's just for you. It's just to fully remind you and me, whenever we get caught up in the muck and forget who we are, we ask, now, what am I here for again? Who am I? He said, I'm here to reflect and reveal the cosmic order. I'm here to reflect the presence of God. I'm here to be an ambassador of light. I'm here to be an emissary of light. I'm here to be an ambassador of the mysteries that are always unfolding. That's who I am. And so sometimes if we're going through our changes and we're experiencing, a high state of confusion, and we forget, we may need to remind ourselves to re-identify ourselves. So in one pocket, we have our business card, and we look at it, and we remind ourselves, yes, I'm here for God. And in another pocket, we have a little mirror, and someone asks, can you identify yourself? And you say, you look at the mirror, yeah, that's me, all right. I know who I am, and I have a spiritual remote control. I can turn the channel where my intention is higher than the prevailing thoughts that are around me. I think today we're changing that channel to G-O-D Unlimited. G-O-D Unlimited. That's the channel of God. That's the channel of oneness. That's the channel of divine love. We're making that our favorite channel. As we close out today, we want to use our remote control. So our surface mind is focused on only one thing. Understand, when we don't use our spiritual remote control, our mind sometimes will drift to thinking about what it does not have, or what we think we don't have, what's missing in our life, what's not working in our life, what's not working in our world. And like I said, it doesn't mean that we don't discern to try to make things better. But we realize that often the bane of our human existence and experience is that it often talks about and complains about what it does not have, more than it gives thanks for what it does have. So you and I listen to our surface mind every now and then and see where it's saying, oh, I don't have this, or something's missing. Or we're saying, I need more love, I need more prosperity, I need more health, I need more peace. Whatever the surface mind is complaining about on any given moment, we stop and we use our remote control and put on the channel that gives thanks for that quality, because it's still there, even if it's just a little bit. We give thanks for that. And we know that whatever we give thanks for, whatever we begin to appreciate, it appreciates. It becomes more. We see more of it. And we begin to think thanks for the presence of God for that particular quality. So we say, I give thanks to God for that love and abundance and wholeness. And then what happens? We become almost quickened into a parallel universe where those qualities are already there, ready to be given to us. Because the truth is, it's already been given to us. It's already there. That's why I say that prayer when we have, before you call, I've already answered you. But our surface mind sometimes is creating a future path where it does not exist. But everything that we want, everything we can hope for, everything we desire has already been given. So if we use our remote control, we can stand in that moment and we give thanks to God for what we think we want. And you'll say this, you give thanks that I'm moving into this reality. I give thanks for the presence of God that has all this good for me right now. And we feel it first and foremost. Because I always like to say it don't mean a thing if it ain't got that feeling. We got to feel it. And I think this is our spiritual work, to maintain that awareness and adjourn those councils of misery, resign from the fellowships of despair, convene the councils of gratitude and thanksgiving, and use our spiritual remote control and hang in this awareness. And what we do, we sing about it, we laugh about it, we play in it, we write about it, we create from it, we sing, we dance, we love it, we hug it, and make it one with our awareness, because you have a spiritual remote control. Go forth, use it. God wants you to have more in your life. It is done. We are grateful. Amen. We'll have Reverend Deborah next week at Father's Day speaking on the Divine Father Principle. And we'll have meditation from Reverend Paul Sanchez, music from David Moorman, who was here before. He was really spectacular. And he's gonna couple with Lurie and Soul Light Connection. So you don't want to miss that experience next week. So we invite you to be part of the Father's Day experience. Yes. Yes. You got it. And for those who are looking for prayer, if you're going through something and you want to be able to see things from a higher point of view, just know that our prayer chaplains are available to pray with you right after the service in the courtyard. So just look for someone who's wearing one of the white stoles, and they'll be more than happy to help you see things from a higher point of view, from a higher vibration, and help you switch on a new channel that you have with their spiritual prayer remote control that's there for all of us. For those who are online and first time connecting with Spiritual Life Center, if you'd like to stay in contact with Spiritual Life Center, you just can go to our website, slcworld.org, and you can click I don't know what the tab is. The welcome card, connect card. And you can fill out the card, and we'll keep you in contact with what's happening at Spiritual Life Center. But more, as equally important, we want to acknowledge anyone that's here for the very first time today. Any first-timers here? If you raise your hand, yeah, keep your hand up nice and high. Thank you so much. Got someone there. Appreciate your presence. Oh, thank you. We got several new folks here for the first time, and we, again, thank you for who you are, and we support you on your journey. And if you'd like to fill out the card to stay in contact with Spiritual Life Center and what's going on, we appreciate you. We behold the magnificence that you are, and we see you unfolding to the greatness that is there for each and every one of you. For those who are online, like to support Spiritual Life Center with your gift or your offering, you can simply text SLC Love to 44321, text SLC Love to 44321, or go to our website, slcworld.org, click the Donate tab. They'll give you an opportunity to give in other ways, including sending a check by mail if that's your preference. For those who are here today who would like to support Spiritual Life Center with your gift or your offering, or you've given already electronically or by mail, know that you're in a flow of a spiritual principle that says whatever you give out, it does come back to you in ways you never imagined and from directions you may not have even thought of. Because that's the way of the spiritual law, that we give out something and we actually keep that same energy. And so with that abundant consciousness, let us affirm our offertory blessing together. Divine love, as me, blesses and multiplies all that I am, all that I have, and all that I circulate. Thank you, God. you all definitely bring the sunshine every single day that you're singing. Thank you. Let's take this moment to bless those who have blessed us with their gifts and offerings, to support a community that is providing a place for those who are on the path of fulfilling their spiritual and personal potential. This is what we're here to do, to bring forth the fullness of the Spirit of God in our life and in our world. So we bless those who are helping us do that, and we bless those who have done it today and have done it online and will continue to do so. For we're here to let God's light shine through each and every one of us so we can anchor on earth the ever-expanding good, also known as heaven, in our world. We bless those who have left their prayers in the prayer box today or throughout the week. For we're reminded that all of us who are on this journey of life have challenges from time to time. In those moments we cannot figure it out on our own wit and knowledge may not be enough. And in those moments we are resting assured there's something we can lean on that has the answer and the solution to whatever we're going through or growing through. It is that presence that is beyond words. We may call it God, the Atman presence, the Burdick field, closer than breathing, nearer than hands and feet, whatever we call it. We call it forth as an activity of our awareness whenever we engage in any kind of prayer. Because prayer is really just getting our vibration to that level of the perfect solution that Spirit has for us. And then seeming miracles begin to take place. It may be in the outer, it may be a learning experience, whatever it is, there's something to move us higher in our awareness, our consciousness, so we can be the very best that we are here to be. So we know that this presence has the answer even before we know what the question is, that there is no problem too big for it to handle. And we trust it, we lean on it, and we give thanks for it right here and right now. And so it is, and so we let it be. Amen. Amen. Let us take this time to affirm our prayer for protection. The light of God surrounds us. I am the light of God. The love of God enfolds us. I am the love of God. The power of God protects us. I am the power of God. The presence of God watches over us. I am the presence of God. Wherever we are, God is, I am, and all is well. Let's sing our peace song. Blessings. Have a great week. Hang around for some post-service music, and remember your spiritual remote control.